Good morning, students. Today we are going to study the stream formation numerical. The numerical based on the different parameters. Yesterday we have already discussed about the terminology used in the stream formation, stream generation, and its properties. That is, we are discussed about yesterday we are discussed about the dry stream, waste stream, superheated stream, dynamic fraction, enthalpy, entropy, internal energy, specific volume, and today we discuss the numerical base on that topic. The first one, the content of this unit, the stream formation and its thermodynamic process. The first one, the numerical base on the dynamic fraction, numerical base on the wet and dry superheated steam, then numerical base on internal energy, numerical base on specific volume, that is the numerical base on specific volume for water and vapor, numerical base on enthalpy and entropy. Then we'll take the numerical for this topic. The first topic is the a problem we have taken first numerical. A vessel having a capacity of 0.05 meter cube contains a mixture of saturated water and saturated steam at a temperature of 245 degrees Celsius. The mass of liquid present is 10 kg. Find the following. First one, pressure. Second, mass. Third, specific volume. Third, specific enthalpy. Then specific entropy and the specific internal energy. So that means this numerical belongs to the stream formation. Therefore, in which what happens in this case, this a vessel having a capacity 0.05 meter cube contains the mixture of saturated water and saturated steam. That means in this numerical, a vessel has a volume 0.05 meter cube, and in which what happens, the mixture of water and mixture of steam at a temperature of 245. Then in this numerical, the it contains the water plus steam, that is the vapor, having a temperature 245 degrees Celsius, and mass of liquid is 10 kg. In this numerical, you have to find out the pressure, mass, specific volume, specific enthalpy, specific entropy, specific internal energy. That means this numerical belong to thermodynamic process of steam. The first of all, you have to go use the steam table. From the steam table, you have to locate the temperature, having the temperature to 45 degrees Celsius given the temperature, steam temperature. That is the temperature is that will indicate the superheated steam. Then you have to get the values of pressure, Vf specific volume vapor, Vg for water, volume is given, enthalpy, HF, HFG, SF, SFG is all properties are taken from these 245 degrees Celsius from the steam table. Then you go to the pressure, you are getting 36.5 bar, that we have to convert in the megapascal into 10 to the power minus 2. We'll get the pressure. Then you have to find out the mass of this, the mass of liquid, the volume of liquid, Vf equal to mf into Vf is a formula used for in this case, Vf equal to mf into Vf. Then you have to determine, that means 10 kg mass into the Vf is taken from the steam table, and the multiply it will get the 0.01239 meter cube, the volume of liquid. Then you have to determine the volume of vapor, Vg, equal to 0.05 minus 0.01239 will get the 0.0376 meter cube. That means in this numerical, the volume is given 0.05, therefore you have to minus, subtract from this will get the volume of vapor. Then mass of vapor. Mass of vapor nothing but the mg equal to Vg by Vg by small vg. That is, you have a ratio of that one, you will get a 0.688 kg, the mass of vapor. Then to determine the total mass of mixture, because the mixture consists of the water and steam, therefore mass m equal to mf plus mg. You will add this one 10 plus 0.688, you will get the 10.688 kg. This is the total mass of mixture. Then you have to determine the specific volume. Specific volume in which quality of mixture x is given by mg by mg plus mf equal to 0.688 divided by 0.688 plus 10, you will get the 0.064. This is the x formula. Then V equal to Vf plus XVG. This is the formula used. You have to put the values, we'll get the values 0.004654 meter cube per kg. Then VFG, that means Vg minus Vf. We are getting the specific volume. Then you have to determine the specific enthalpy. H equal to HF plus X HFG. This is the formula, standard formula for the specific enthalpy. H equal to HF plus X HFG. You have to put the values from the stream table. 1061 plus zero point 0.4 plus 0.064 into 1740.2 equal to 1172.76 kJ per kg. You are getting the specific enthalpy. Then you have to determine the specific entropy. SF S equal to SF plus XHFG. This is the standard formula. The standard formula for enthalpy, this one, and this is the formula for the entropy. So you will get S equal to SF plus XHFG. That means 2.7474 plus 0.064 into 3.3585 will get 2.9623 kJ per kg Kelvin. You are getting the specific entropy. Then you have to determine the internal energy. The specific internal energy, already this is the formula taken from the first law of thermodynamics. U equal to H minus PV. This is the formula. Put the values for H, enthalpy, P, V, you will get 1155.78 kilojoule per kg. That is you are getting the specific internal energy 1155.78 kilojoule per kg. This is in which what happens in this case, in this numerical, what is given, the vessel having a volume, and in which this volume is consists of the steam and water having a temperature 245, and in which what happens, the 10 kg of liquid is present, but didn't give the answer for the mass of steam. Then you have to determine, and this is the vessel in which the volume is given, temperature is given, mass is given, and this is you have to find out the following factors: pressure, mass, and other things, enthalpy, entropy, energy. This is the end of the first numerical. Then go to the other numerical. Second numerical, determine the amount of heat which should be supplied to 2 kg of water at 25 degrees Celsius to convert it into the steam at 5 bar and 0.9 dry. That means in this case what happens, how much amount of heat is needed to supply 2 kg of water. The water mass of water is 2 kg, having a temperature 25 degrees Celsius. You have to, this water is converted into the steam having a pressure 5 bar and 0.9 dry. Then how much amount of energy is required to convert 2 kg of water into the steam, dry steam, and in which you have to determine the how much amount of heat added, total amount of heat added. First of all, you have to find out the mass of water to be converted. How much water has to be converted. The 2 kg, that the mass of water is 2 kg. Then temperature of water is given T 25 degrees Celsius. Then pressure and dryness fraction of steam is given. The temperature is not given, the steam. Therefore, pressure of steam is 5 bar, dryness fraction is 0.9. Then go to, first of all, use the again steam table. From the steam table at 5 bar, you have to find out the enthalpy values, HF, HFG. Then find out HF equal to 640.1 kJ per kg and HFG equal to 2107.4 kJ per kg. Then enthalpy of 1 kg of steam above 0 degrees Celsius. The formula again same, H equal to HF plus HFG. You have to put the value, you will get in the enthalpy. H equal to 640.1 plus 0.9 into 2107.42536.76 kJ per kg. Then you are getting the enthalpy formula, H equal to HF plus XHF. This is the standard formula. Then you have to determine the sensible heat associated with the 1 kg of water. Because main objective of this numerical, you have to convert the water to the steam. The water of the processes has been conducted. That means you have to find out the enthalpy. You have to find out the sensible heat associated with 1 kg of water. mCp delta T is a standard formula. mWCpW TW minus 0. You have to put the values. CpW value is given 4.18 kg. 1 into 4.18 into 25 minus 0 will get 104.5 kilojoule is the sensible heat. Then net quantity of heat to be supplied per kg of water. How much amount of energy is supplied to the water so that steam can be generated. The 2536.26 minus 104.5 equal to 2432.26, that is 2432.26 kilojoule amount of heat net is needed. But in this case, what is it requires the 2 kg of water. That means you have to total amount of heat to be supplied for the 2 kg multiplied by 2. So you will get 4864.52 kilojoule, that 4864.52 kilojoule. That means the 4864.52 kilojoule per amount of energy is needed to convert the 2 kg of water to the steam. This is the end of the second numerical. Then go to the another numerical. The another numerical, What amount of heat would be required to produce 4.4 kg of steam at a pressure of 6 bar and temperature of 250 degrees Celsius from the water at 30 degrees Celsius? Take specific heat for superheated steam as 2.2 kJ per kg. Again, in this numerical, the numerical is given that 4.4 kg of steam having a pressure 6 and temperature is given from the water having temperature 30 degrees Celsius, in which again the same condition, the parameters are different. The temperature of water is 30 degrees Celsius and that water is converted into the steam. How much amount of heat is needed to convert the steam? That is the again the amount of heat is needed. But in this case, the mass of steam is different. Mass of water is not present. Reverse criteria. But in this case, the steam is generated superheated steam. Then first of all, you have to find out the mass of steam to be produced. That is the M equal to 4.4 kg. Pressure of steam P equal to 6 bar is given numerical. Then temperature of steam is given. Temperature of water is given. Specific heat of steam is given. The first of all, in the numerical superheated steam we discussed. That means you have to go to steam table, you have to find out the temperature, you have to find out the enthalpy values from the steam table having a 6 bar pressure and 250 degrees Celsius temperature line. Then from steam table, TS saturation temperature is to 158.8 degrees Celsius, HF enthalpy is given 670.4 kJ per kg, then HFG 2085 kJ per kg. You are getting the values from the steam table. Then you have to find out the enthalpy for 1 kg of super steam reckoned from the 0 degree Celsius. Then you have to put the value of the formula, standard formula for SU. SU equal to HF plus HFG plus CPS T soup as Tsat. This is the standard formula for SU. That is the superheated enthalpy. Equal to 670.4 plus 2085 plus 2.2 into 250 minus 158.8. You will get 2956 kilojoule. 2956 kg, 2956 kilojoule amount of enthalpy is generated. Then you have to find out the amount of heat already with 1 kg of water, because 1 kg of water having itself energy 1 into 4.18 30 minus 0 equal to 125.4 kilojoule, because the energy included inside the water, that means the energy of water, heat of water is 125.4 kilojoule. Then you have to determine the net amount of heat needed to be supplied, that is you have to minus the enthalpy minus amount of heat already been into 1 kg of water. 2956 minus 125.4 equal to 2830.6 kilojoule. This is the net amount of heat is required to convert from water to steam. But in this case, the mass of water is 4.4 kg. Therefore, you have to multiply the 4.4 into 2830.6 will get the 12,454.6 kilojoule amount of energy is required to convert the 4.4 kg of steam generated from the 30 degrees Celsius. This is the end of the third numerical. Then go to the another numerical. Again, based on that one, this steam formation. So in this case, 1000 kg of steam at a pressure of 16 bar and zero point 0.9 dry is generated by a boiler per hour. The steam passes through a superheater via boiler stop valve where its temperature is raised to 380 degrees Celsius. If the temperature of feed water is 30 degrees Celsius, determine first one total heat supplied to feed water per hour to produce wet steam. Second, the total heat absorbed per hour in the superheater. Take specific heat for superheated steam as 2.2 kJ per kg Kelvin. So first of all, this numerical is again belong to the superheated steam. That is the steam formation numerical having a criteria superheated steam, because steam has the three parts. One is the wet steam, dry steam, superheated steam. This numerical belong to the superheated steam. So in this case, the 1000 kg of steam, that is the 1000 kg of steam is generated having a pressure 16 bar, having a dry fraction 0.9 per hour. The steam passing through superheater, what happens? Its temperature 30 degrees Celsius. The temperature of feed water is 30 degrees Celsius. You have to determine total heat supplied to feed water per hour to produce the waste stream. That means how much amount of heat is supplied to feed water to produce waste stream. First one. Second thing, how much amount of heat is absorbed in the superheater. This is the output to be find out from this given input. The first of all, you have to write down the given data. Mass of the steam generated at the mass of steam is given 1000 kg per hour. Pressure of steam is given, Dyna's fraction is given, Dyna's fraction x equal to 0.9 and pressure of steam is given 16 bar. Again use the steam table. Temperature of superheated steam is given 380 plus 273, 653 Kelvin. That means the temperature is above the 100 degrees Celsius. That means the steam is superheated. Then you have to temperature of feed water is also given 30 degrees Celsius. Specific heat of superheated steam is given CPS equal to 2.2 kJ per kg. Then go to steam table. At a 16 bar, you have to determine the saturation temperature, enthalpy values. The TS is given, HF is given, HFG is given. Then you have to find out first one, heat supplied to feed water per hour. Heat supplied to feed water per hour to produce waste stream is given by, and this is the final equation. Give a standard equation H equal to M HF plus HHFG minus 1 into 4.18 into minus 30 minus 0. Put the values all, you will get the value heat supply 2473.08 10 to power 3 kilojoule. Then you have to determine the heat absorbed by superheater per hour. That is the how much amount, first one, how much amount of heat supplied to feed water to convert this water into waste heat. Then you have to find out how much amount of heat absorbed the superheater when the steam is passing through superheater. Heat absorbed by superheater is per hour M in bracket 1 minus x into HFG plus CPT T sub minus T sat. Then you have to put the values 1000 in bracket 1 minus 0.9 into 1933.2 plus 2.2 653 minus 474.4. Put the all values will getting 586.24 into 10 to the power 3 kilojoule. This is the energy heat is absorbed by the superheater. Then in this numerical what is given in this numerical the steam 1000 kg of steam 1000 kg of steam passing through superheater, how much amount of heat is supplied to feed water, then how much amount of heat is absorbed superheater. This is the main parameter to be discussed here. This is the end of the third numerical, and then go to the fourth numerical. The fourth numerical again, in numerical what happens, the numerical belongs to pressure cooker. The first one, a pressure cooker contains 1.5 kg of saturated steam at 5 bar. A pressure cooker contains 1.5 kg of saturated steam at 5 bar. Find the quantity of heat which must be rejected so as to reduce the quality to 60% dry. Determine the pressure and the temperature of the steam at the new state. In this numerical what is given, the one pressure cooker is there having a steam 1.5 kg having a pressure 5 bar. In this numerical quantity of heat which is rejected, that means the pressure cooker having a steam at a 5 bar, and then you have to determine the quantity of heat is rejected to the surrounding to reduce the quality to 60%, and as in addition to that you have to find out the pressure and temperature of steam at new state. After 60% dry, what is the quality, what is the condition of steam? That is you have to determine the pressure and temperature. The first of all you have to find out mass of steam in the cooker. Mass of steam in the cooker is 1.5 kg. Mass of steam is given. Pressure of steam is given 5 bar. Initial transfaction of steam is x1 equal to 1. And the final transfaction of steam is x2 equal to 0.6. That means in this case there is no discussion about the transfaction initially. Therefore you have to consider one trans system. Then the final condition to consider 0.6. The heat to be rejected. That means the pressure and temperature of steam at the new state. That means you have to consider 5 bar. Again go to steam table, you have to find out the values, saturation temperature, HF value, HFG, VG values. Then you have to find the volume of pressure cooker. That the 1.5 is already given in the numerator 1.5 kg. Then you have to multiply 0.375. The 0.375 is nothing but the Vg. Then you have to multiply it, you will get the values. Volume of pressure cooker 0.5625 meter cube. Then you have to determine the internal energy of steam per kg initial state. You have to find the internal energy. U1 H equal to U plus PV. Then you have to U equal to H1 minus P1 V1. This is the internal energy formula. Then H1 means HF plus XHFG. X means 1, dance fraction. Therefore, X is absent. HF is HFG. HF plus HFG minus P1 into VG1. And put the values of HF and HFG and put the value of P1 and VG1. You will get 2560 kJ per kg. This energy is nothing but the internal energy of steam. Then you have to consider final condition V1 equal to V2. Then put the values, apply the formula, you will get the value Vg2 0.625 meter cube per kg. Then again go to the from steam table corresponding to 6.625. Then this is the volume is specific volume is given. From this volume you have to go to again steam table and you have to determine the pressure. At this volume the pressure is 2.9. This value is getting from steam table. The 135 P2 equal to 2.9 bar. Temperature is 132.4 degrees Celsius. HF equal to 556.5 kJ per kg. HFG equal to 2166.6 kJ per kg is taken from the steam table. Then again you have to determine the internal energy of the steam per kg at final point 2. U2 equal to H2 minus P2 V2. Again put the all values, will get the value 1747.7 kJ per kg. You are the internal energy at the point 2. Then you have to heat transfer at the constant volume per kg. Then you have to minus U2 minus U1. Internal energy at point 2 minus internal energy at point 1. You will get minus 812.29 kg per kg. This negative sign indicates that the heat rejected. Then total heat transfer. Again 1.5 is there, nothing but the surface steam mass. Then you have to multiply it. You will get the minus 1218.43 kJ. This is the total energy transfer. That is the negative sign indicates the heat has been rejected. This is the end of the fourth numerical. And then go to the another numerical, the last numerical. Then go to the another numerical. Again, in which what is happening? The internal energy is to be determined. Then find the internal energy, the last numerical of the today's session. Find the internal energy of 1 kg of steam at 20 bar when it is superheated, its temperature being 400 degrees Celsius. Second, it is weight, it's a dryness fraction being 0.9. Assume superheated steam to behave as a perfect gas from the commencement of superheating and thus obey the Charles law. Specific heat for steam 2.3 kJ per kg Kelvin. So again, this numerical, this belongs to the steam formation. The internal energy discussed here. In this is what is happening. Internal energy of 1 kg of steam is needed to determine. But condition of the steam is given different. In the first case, the steam is superheated, having a temperature 4 degrees Celsius. The second condition, steam is wet, having dryness factor 0.9. Then you have to determine the internal energy of 1 kg of steam at 20 bar. Then first of all, again you have to use the steam table. The mass of steam is 1 kg. Pressure of steam is 20 bar. Temperature of superheated steam at 4 degrees Celsius. Again, to add the 273, you will get the 673 Kelvin. Temperature of superheated steam. Then dryness fraction X equal to 0.9. The specific heat of superheated steam equal to CPS 2.3 kJ per kg. 2.3 kg per kg. This is a specific heat. Then go to find out the internal energy of 1 kg of superheated steam. Then again from the steam table at 20 bar, you will get the values HF value, HFG, VG values. Surgeon temperature is given. S soup equal to HF plus HFG plus CP, T soup plus T soup. This is a standard formula of S soup enthalpy. Put the values. You will get the 3228.68 kJ per kg. This is the enthalpy for the internal energy at point 1. Then you have to find S soup, U plus PV, H equal to U plus PV, U plus PV, that is the V soup. From this equation, you have to determine the internal U equal to S soup minus P into V soup. Then value of V soup can be found by the Charles law. V by T equal to G V by T by soup. Vg by Tg equal to V soup by T soup. From the apply this equation, then you have to find V soup. V soup equal to Vg into T soup upon Ts. Put the all values, will get the V soup equal to 0.1379 meter cube per kg. Then hence the internal energy equal to U. Again, the put this value, this is the equation you are already written. You have to put the equation, put the values, you will get the values. Final value 2952.88 kilojoules per kg is the internal energy you are getting at a superheated steam. This is the condition. When the steam condition is wet, what is the internal energy? The internal energy of 1 kg of the steam. Again, you have to write down the formula H equal to HF plus X H of G. X is already given 0.9. Then you have to put H equal to 0.908.6 plus 0.9 into 1,888.6 equal to 2608.34 kg per kg. 2608.34 kg per kg. This is the enthalpy at the wet steam. Then again you have to put the value formula for the internal energy H equal to U plus P into X into Vg. Then U equal to H minus P into X into Vg. Put all values, will get a 2429.24 kilojoules per kg. That means internal energy for wet steam is 2429.24 and the internal energy for super steam 2952.80. That is the internal energy of super steam is more than wet steam. That means in this given numerical, the internal energy of super steam is best than the wet stream. This is the end of the last numerical and this is the end of the today's session.